Man, we'll have to work around this one with copyright, but we'll do our best. No instrumental in this one, baby. Why am I doing this intro? Filmed with the venom and eliminated him, otherwise a minute I'm on one. I heard him, but I didn't, and I fit a rage. I'm murdering again, but he will evade. I'm finna kill him, and if the fucking body's in the lake, obliterating everything and centering renegade. I'm gonna make anybody want it with the pen fruit, but don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get away. I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill. I'm gonna kill, be killed. I'm gonna kill, be the vanilla girl. You're bringing the killer within me out of me. You don't want to be the enemy of the demon who went in me, dude. That's what I've been saying this whole time. I've always been saying you don't want to be the enemy of the demon who went in me, dude. No one listens. So that's as far as I got. That's as far as I can make it. What a video intro this turned out to be. What's up, everybody? D-Man back. Welcome to a brand new video, and today we're doing another Godzilla vs. Kong news and updates. Guess what? You're not gonna believe it. I am sick again. I know. Wow, what a shocker. This coronavirus, what a thing, right, guys? I've now been sick once a month for the entire decade. What a dad joke for me to make. Let's jump into the news, shall we? We got some good stuff to talk about today. I'm kind of excited about some of it. Starting out, there is the Godzilla challenge initiated by Eminem on Twitter. Basically, the challenge just asks you to rap the fast part of Eminem's Godzilla, and if you can do it, then I guess you get street cred, but like, what's the point, dude? If you've read the lyrics, they're so stupid. I've read the lyrics, and they are very dumb. But hey, he speak fast, so pretty cool, huh? Let's start out with Momoko 2015 Snow Godzilla. Someone else hit me up for him on Twitter of his Snow Godzilla. That's freaking awesome. So not only did he sculpt the legendary Godzilla out of snow, but this guy hooked it up with lighting. So it's got the blue dorsal fins and yellow patches to make it look like burning Godzilla. That's freaking epic. Figure Mania show. I've got like a bunch of his art to show off, so I'm just gonna kind of talk and just generally show images of his art, but he does a lot of cool art, lots of recreations of different other famous art pieces. What he does is figure art. So I've shown off a bunch of his art before, but I wanted to show off more of it now, and he asked me to, and he's my friend, so why not? Boys support boys, as the saying goes. I did try and link his Instagram down below so you could go check out his work, but for whatever reason, I couldn't find his Instagram to link. Like, it wouldn't let me find it. And I don't know why. So I linked his YouTube channel down below so you can check out his YouTube channel. Moving on to Altier Andrew, who asked me on Twitter if I wanted any art made, and of course I wanted some art made. I wanted King Kong in front of the Northern Lights, so I asked him to do that, some 8-bit version of that, and he gave it to us, and it's perfect, man. I love this. This is a great little fan art you did here, and it's just, you know, it's my favorite shot in the MonsterVerse. It's my favorite shot in like all of cinema ever. For those of you who don't know, on my second channel, not only did I make like a 7-minute version of that clip, I made a 7-minute loop, then I made an hour-long loop, and then I made a 10-hour-long loop of King Kong watching the Northern Lights, because I just love that shot way more than I should. There you go. All right, next up, we've got some incredible ZBrush art here coming from a guy whose name I'm not going to pronounce right. Yosuke Ishikawa. He did some King Kong art. He did a bunch of Kong Skull Island art. He basically recreated a CG render of Kong, and it just looks beautiful, man. This is the best Kong art, most accurate to the movie that I think I've ever seen. It's so impressive. It just blows me away that people can do this on their own. That's incredible. In addition to that, he also did some Kong 2020 art, which is awesome. So now we got a version of his Kong 2020 as well, which is sick. Dope Pope also did some Kong 2020 art that I wanted to show off. Both of them did the same kind of thing where they just take Kong, make him look much more mean and rugged, and they give him that beard. Hell yeah. Actually, I think the one that Ishikawa did is probably going to be very similar to what we wind up seeing in the final version of the movie. I think that's going to be pretty spot on. Dope Pope's version is pretty sweet though as well, so I wanted to show it off. King Kong 1933, the original King Kong movie, is coming back in theaters March 15th. It's being put on by Fathom Events. I have tickets to that, so I will be going and seeing the movie. I know this is a Godzilla channel. I know that not all of you guys are as into King Kong as I am, but I highly recommend going and checking it out because it is not necessarily a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. They may put it on again within our lifetime, but I mean, it's close enough, right? It's close enough to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You never get to see this movie in theaters, you know? Think about it. It's like the first classic giant monster movie. It's not the first giant monster movie, but it's like the first classic giant monster movie. It's the thing that birthed the entire 2 franchises that I love the most. I mean, I don't know. I just think it'd be a huge missed opportunity not to go see this movie in theaters. Now we got a bunch of figure news we're going to be talking about, so strap in for the figure stuff. X Plus released images of their DefoReal Burning Godzilla 2019. It is slated to release this June, and it will cost you about $75. Now this is like their chibi version of Burning Godzilla. I'm not really into these. I'm not as into these as I am into other stuff, so I'm gonna pass on this one. I don't like the DefoReals all that much. CinemaCon is an upcoming convention which will be here in March. On March 30th, there will be a panel featuring Kazuhiko Seita and Andrew Crisps, so that is going to be a Toho executive and a Legendary executive. Actually, it might be Warner Bros. Executive, but I'm pretty sure he's a Legendary executive. Now, they are going to be featured on a panel together talking about upcoming projects and whatnot. Fingers crossed for some Godzilla vs. Kong reveals there. Probably nothing big. I wouldn't say get your hopes up, but CinemaCon 2020, I think, is a big potential for images and some details on the film. At the very least, I would think that that would be a good time to start marketing and advertising for the movie, so let's keep our eyes open for that, but don't expect anything huge. Toho and Legendary both register for a licensing expo this May. I think that is definitely going to be a source of Godzilla vs. Kong reveals. Among many other Godzilla reveals, there will be figures there and whatnot, for sure, but I think that by this point, Godzilla vs. Kong should already have started its marketing campaign, so by the time May rolls around, I'm fairly confident we're going to see some stuff, and if nothing else, I guarantee we will see that goddamn banner that they keep recirculating for the end of all time. They never get sick of reusing that same banner for all eternity forever. Toho and Legendary's global retail program has been released, so now we know what their plans for Godzilla vs. Kong merchandising are, and they have a lot of plans. Playmates has been given the title Master Toy Partner, featuring both a Godzilla vs. Kong line and additional Godzilla and MonsterVerse related products. So we actually have already seen all their other stuff, or at least a lot of their other stuff. They've been releasing new Bandai figures. They've also been releasing knockoff bootleg Godzilla toys. They've released some pretty cool Kong ones. I like their Kongs. In fact, I have a whole bunch of the Playmates toys behind me. I just have not unboxed or reviewed them yet. I've been waiting to get them all. But yeah, their Godzilla vs. Kong stuff looks really good. I can't wait to see what that all comes out to be. I'm excited for that. BioWorld has been given the title of leading global manufacturer of licensed apparel and accessories. So I'm assuming BioWorld is for licensed apparel and accessories, although I have no idea who they are. Thank the Lord, Rubies is still signed on. Rubies will be the preeminent designer and manufacturer of costumes. So thank the Lord, they're still going to be making costumes, because I don't know what I would do if the guys that made the Ghidorah costume were not coming back for Godzilla vs. Kong. That'd be a little disappointing and depressing. Funko is signed on for Godzilla vs. Kong as well. They are going to be the leading pop culture consumer product company. Awesome. We know Funko's doing some current stuff that we'll talk about in a non-Godzilla vs. Kong video, but they've already started doing stuff in the Godzilla realm. The virtual reality company will be working on an escape room for Godzilla in a VR content studio, so that should be interesting to see what they've got going on with that. A VR Godzilla escape room, it should be interesting. Yeah, I know there's something like that in Japan already for Shin Godzilla, so I'd be interested to see what we do with it in America. They are looking to expand beyond this point, though. They are looking to expand into the world of fashion, sports, food and beverage, and beyond that, so that's pretty cool. In addition to that, we got the announcement that there will be not one but two graphic novel adaptation tie-ins to Godzilla vs. Kong. Guess I shouldn't call them adaptations, they're just tie-ins. So in addition to King Kong vs. Camazotz, as we do not have a name for it, we will get one other comic book. I would say it is probably a Godzilla comic. It's probably going to be following the events of Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it will be a Godzilla-centered story. There's also confirmation that we will get an art book and a novelization, so of course these will probably be produced by Titan Books, good friend of the channel, and that should be pretty sick. We are also getting children's books for Godzilla vs. Kong, so there's going to be children's book tie-ins, similar to what we saw with King Kong 2005 back in 2005. Toy Fair 2020. So Toy Fair 2020 rolled around and they had a whole bunch of Godzilla reveals, but not a lot of Godzilla vs. Kong reveals, so we will talk about this in a general Godzilla news and updates later to come on the channel, but for this one we will cover just the stuff relevant to Godzilla vs. Kong. Starting out, we have an image here of the Godzilla statue. You remember the one that I smashed my head against and then got to touch when no one else could touch it? It's one of those types of statues sitting there in the Toy Fair, but like, what the hell, Godzilla? You're in the way. Quit covering my main man. Why are you in the way? Your hand's nearly blocking Billie Eilish, dude. What the hell, Godzilla? You're not that important, man. I'm sorry. Get out of the way. We got a bad photographer here. Didn't even take the full picture of her. She's hardly even in the frame here. That really irks me, man. I just actually realized that there's two Godzilla vs. Kong banners, as if seeing the one wasn't wasn't insulting enough. As if seeing that same image that they've been giving us for the past year and a half now wasn't insulting enough. They put 2 of them on the wall. For real? That hurts, man. We have another image here of the boys. Look at the boys in action. I don't know who these boys are, but they look hyped to be there. So we gotta support the boys taking a picture with Godzilla. But again, I mean, you're barely getting Billy in the frame here. Get out of here, dude. She's hardly even in this picture. What am I even... I believe this is her Grammy picture, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think that is. I'm about to rebrand. It's suddenly gonna become Billie Eilish news and updates. Just watch. Bet. The hell am I doing, dude? I've been recording for... I've been recording for 18 minutes and none of it's usable content. Speaking of Billie Eilish for one moment, I'm really trying to waste time in this video. I do find it weird that I'm getting all these Billie Eilish stan accounts following me on Instagram. I don't know where they're coming from, but they just keep coming. I don't get it. I refuse to believe that it's kaiju fans who have seen the few videos where I've mentioned her that have gone, yeah, he's worth following on Instagram. No way. I don't know where they keep coming from. Whatever, all right? SH Monster, It's Burning Godzilla is featured at the Godzilla Toy Fair. I know this isn't technically Godzilla vs. Kong related, but it's Godzilla Monsterverse, so I wanted to mention it here. We have seen this image before, but now he is in a display alongside his normal Atomic Breath counterpart. The Burning Godzilla from SH Monster Arts is slated to release in May, and it will cost you about $90. Pretty sweet. There were no Godzilla vs. Kong images coming out of the Toy Fair. That's not to say that they weren't there, because there were Godzilla vs. Kong figures there. Playmates Toys featured their Godzilla vs. Kong licensing stuff there at Toy Fair 2020, but they locked it off. There was a no Godzilla vs. Kong footage policy, no pictures taken policy. They were very strict on this, so we had no leaks coming out of this Toy Fair. Hey, congratulations. That's awesome. Finally, it's about time that someone finally do it right. Playmates already jumped the shark on this one by letting them leak in the first place, but hey, better late than never, right? I appreciate them taking the steps now to ensure that no more leaks come out. The art of Godzilla vs. Kong popped up on Amazon recently. You can find listings for it now. It is slated to release November 17th, and it will cost you $45. This will once again more than likely be distributed through Titan Books. Again, friend of the channel, so gotta give them a shout out. I have a link down below so you can check it out for yourself, but I would like to say that I don't necessarily think that this is the greatest idea. I mean, releasing the art book on the 17th, that's a big oof. That is a huge oversight. The movie comes out on the 20th. I know 3 days, like, oh man, it's just 3 days, but you can't tell me that the art book isn't gonna be riddled with massive spoilers. The Godzilla King of the Monsters art book straight up shows the end of the movie with all the monsters bowing to Godzilla. I almost guarantee that the art of Godzilla vs. Kong will spoil who wins the fight. Bruh, that seems like a mistake to release it 3 days before the movie comes out. If you remember, the art of Godzilla King of the Monsters came out the day Godzilla King of the Monsters came out. So the art book and the novelization both came out May 31st, the day the movie came out. That is the way to do it. I think releasing the book ahead of time is a big mistake. Adam Wingard posted on his Instagram story a picture of Godzilla in Hell, specifically the picture of Godzilla falling into hell or something like that. I don't know, because I did not read that comic. I missed it, and now I cannot find it. I'm very bummed about that. Anyways, he posted the picture. There's really nothing to say about it. I saw a lot of fans reading into this when they really shouldn't have been, because it's clearly just him enjoying a Godzilla comic, and it does not mean that Godzilla's gonna go to hell in the new movie, so you can just stop with that. Hey guys, remember when I said when all those fake test screenings were happening that when a test screening happened, I would know about it and I would let you guys know about it and we would figure out that it was official? Well, guess what? The first official Godzilla vs. Kong test screening has finally happened just now this weekend of the 28th. It happened before the 28th, but just now this weekend, the very first Godzilla vs. Kong test screening has happened. And yeah, I can confirm it has happened. So whenever we've heard people saying there was a test screening in the past, there was not a test screening in the past. This is the first test screening. And the responses depends on where you go because it's one guy responding to it. But you know what? Those clickbait articles are going to tell you it was an overwhelmingly positive response. If we want to play the statistics game here, 100% of the reviews of the movie are positive at the moment because there's only one review of the movie at the moment. Adam Wingard took to Instagram saying yesterday was a great day for these two fellas in reference to Godzilla and Kong, talking about how the test screening occurred on the 17th and and it was received well. We don't know what that means. We just know that it was received well. We did get one individual talking about the movie on Twitter, someone named Viewer Annan, who went to Twitter to mention that he had seen Godzilla vs. Kong. He has made it very clear that he's not going to be given any spoilers for the movie. That is a decision that has earned my respect. And he has given us some vague little ideas, vague little glimpses of it. He has said, Wingard nailed it. That's what I like to hear. Wingard nailed it. He says, Godzilla vs. Kong is the best MonsterVerse movie. And here's the shocker. Here's the one that really shocked a lot of people, including myself. The movie runs less than 2 hours, according to this guy. It's a less than 2 hour movie. And again, it's a test screening, so things are very much subject to change. The runtime is definitely subject to change, but this guy's saying it was under 2 hours, which conflicts very heavily with those fake IMDb reports that said the movie was going to be 3 hours. Hey, remember when I said the movie wasn't going to be 3 hours and people said, no, D-Man, you're an idiot, it's on IMDb? Well, guess what? The movie's not 3 hours. It's under 2 hours, apparently. That seems so short. I cannot picture the movie being under 2 hours. That just seems way too short to me. This guy does say the film being under 2 hours isn't a result of it being chopped up into an under 2 hour movie. He says it's a result of the movie being focused, having a focused plot, knowing what it wants to do, and it's a good thing. So the movie being under 2 hours is just because the movie is concise and knows what it wants to do. That's good. That's what I like to hear. If that's actually the case, that's awesome. That makes me very pleased. I think Godzilla vs. Kong has the potential to become such an over-convoluted mess of a film that it sounds like they're not doing that based on the 2 hour runtime, and that makes me very happy. Beep 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 beep. Tokubetsu news sokoho. Tokubetsu news sokoho. There is a second review for Godzilla vs. Kong that has appeared on Twitter. Questionable. I don't know. Look, maybe it's just me being the over-skeptical person I am. I don't know if I'm gonna fully believe these people have seen the test screening. They have not provided any evidence that they've seen the test screening, so I'm just saying that I don't know how trustworthy these people are, especially because this account is brand new. It just popped up specifically to tweet about this movie. It just appeared. Alright, let's read their review. It's the Movie Buff. This is who reviewed it. Movie Buff. So last night I saw the next installment in the MonsterVerse, Godzilla vs. Kong, and without spoiling it, it was amazing. What Wingard has done is a huge step in the MonsterVerse. I can see this doing very well for just around 1 hour and 45 minutes. So again, it's going off what we heard last time. Best MonsterVerse movie. A big step in the right direction, under 2 hours. So this one's putting it at 1 hour 45 minutes. This one seems like it could have been easily fabricated based on the other tweet, which is why I'm saying, I don't know. Yeah, this one seems like it could easily be fabricated, but whatever. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt for now. They say the movie's got a lot of info packed in it, and the plot doesn't drag as a result, but it gets to the point and shows us the monsters early enough to where it just is okay. I don't know. They didn't really do a good job explaining how packing a whole bunch of stuff into 1 hour 45 minutes is good for the plot, but they say that hour 45 is just an estimate, but it's under 2 hours. They expect that it may get longer in post-production. They say that multiple times in their tweets. And then they talk about how the movie gets right to the monsters. It shows the monsters right away, says that there's potential to expand the MonsterVerse beyond Godzilla vs. Kong, so there's potential set up in this movie. People asked if there are longer fight scenes than what we saw previously with more monster screen time. They said there is long fight scenes. They say specifically there is a long scene that takes place with no human interruption unless they add human scenes in post-production. Then they finally stated that there is a definitive winner in the movie and neither Titan dies. So I don't know if that's quite a spoiler. I didn't think either of them was gonna die anyways. I don't know if the ending of this movie is gonna be the actual ending they show in the test screening, or if they're clever enough to not show the correct ending. That's what I would do. If I were putting out these test screenings, I would be test screening a fake ending, or I'd be test screening multiple different endings. I'd be test screening to see which ending people responded best to. That's personally what I would do, is that second idea. I would definitely screen multiple different endings to see which one got people to respond the best to it. And then I'd put all the different endings on the Blu-ray. But anyways, yeah, they say there's a definitive winner, so we already knew that. And then they say without any Titan dying, but you can tell who wins when it happens. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means it's a slightly ambiguous ending, but you can still tell which Titan was supposed to be the winner. I don't know. I don't know what that means. But yeah, there's maybe a slight spoiler that neither Godzilla or Kong is gonna die. I've been saying that on the channel for how long now, that I didn't think either of them were gonna die, so that doesn't really shock me. But it does make me happy. I do like hearing that neither one is gonna die according to this questionable source. It does make me happy because I don't think I'd be okay with either monster dying in the new movie. I think that would rub me the wrong way. I'm gonna go let my voice rest and eat some cough drops and edit some videos. Thank you guys all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man out.